Here with more. Well, he knows a lot about dealing with illegal immigration. Texas Governor Greg Abbott is with us. Governor, how are you?
Doing great, Sean. Thank you.
By the way, you might be a little surprised to hear this. New York Governor Hochul said to illegal immigrants, if you're going to leave your country, go somewhere else. Eric Adams is slamming Joe Biden over the illegal immigration crisis because he's going to have to pay a whopping $12 billion to take care of them. It's $40,000 per illegal immigrant in New York City. Aren't these the same people that were supporting sanctuary policies?
They promoted sanctuary city policies. They were saying that they wanted to take care of any immigrant who comes across the border. And so we made it happen in New York. And to be honest, they have just a trickle of what Texas has to deal with every single day. And if they should get $12 billion, Texas should get $120 billion. We're the ones who have to deal with this every single day, Sean. And I got to tell you, we have a president who is an obstructionist to Texas, who's trying to do our best to impede the flow of illegal immigrants by us building our own border wall, by us putting up these razor wire barriers and not allowing people to pass, by deploying the National Guard to make sure that we repel migrants who are trying to get into the country. And what do we have? We have Joe Biden interfering with my efforts to secure the actual border. I've never seen a president flout the laws of the United States as much as Joe Biden. And I've never seen someone like that obstruct a governor who actually is trying to limit illegal immigration into our country.
Let me tell you, I hope you continue to send them all to New York, all to California, and all to Massachusetts. Send them up to Illinois as well. I think it's the greatest political jiu-jitsu move I've ever seen in my life. They're tapping out at this point. They don't even want any part of it. Did they not, administration, and did they not have officials cut your razor wire that you put up to protect the borders of your state that they won't protect?
You're correct, Sean. So the Texas National Guard, for months after months after months, they've been erecting these razor wire barriers. It's concertina military-grade razor wire that denies access to the state of Texas from the river, from the border. And we have repelled tens of thousands of migrants who try to get into Texas illegally. And then yesterday, Joe Biden had his Border Patrol officers cut through that razor wire, and then they pulled the razor wire and suddenly let in hundreds, if not thousands, of people illegally into Texas, into the United States. So what did we do? We went back today with the Texas National Guard, and we doubled the amount of razor wire on that border to make sure we keep those people from entering into the United States illegally.
Governor, let me ask you this question. If I went down to the great state of Texas, the free state of Texas, and I started clipping and cutting an opening for illegal immigrants, would I be found guilty, likely arrested, and found guilty of human trafficking?
It's called criminal destruction of property as well as trespassing. So one thing that we have the National Guard and the Texas Department of Public Safety doing, when you see those people coming into the state of Texas illegally, and if they're involved in damaging that wire and then coming into our land, they are trespassing in the state of Texas. We are now arresting illegal immigrants for trespassing in the state of Texas and putting them in jail.
Governor, we appreciate it. I urge Governor Gavin Newsom, I urge Governor Hochul, I urge Mayor Adams of New York, I urge every Democratic sanctuary city supporter to go down and visit you and tour the border. Let them see up close and personal what you have to deal with every day. Thank you, Governor. Appreciate it. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.